So we are back with a little blow-through carburetor update. I've managed to do some testing on the car and learned a few things, so I'm going to share those with you so maybe you can not make the same mistakes I did. Get this away. So if you watched the first video, you'll know this is the 750 that's on the Nova. What I want to talk about is the emulsion circuits. So in a few of the videos I watched, reoccurring theme with people was to epoxy this entire emulsion circuit when you're going to a blow-through. Now, having done that and going through what I've gone through on this car, I probably wouldn't recommend that. And the reason is, when you drill these holes, like multiple sources say, to increase the amount of fuel available, like you punch these holes out to, I think these are 180 thousandths. You have to drill the top a little bit bigger so you can tap it for the 1/16th pipe fitting. But you destroy that inner core that provides your emulsion mixing between your high-speed air bleed and the fuel it's pulling out of the bowl. So by basically defeating that, all you're getting is a little bit of air from the high-speed bleed mixing in the channel through the booster. So in order to counteract that, you've got to go much smaller on your jetting, and you got to go much larger on your high-speed air bleed, which, I mean, your high-speed air bleed is pretty well defeated when you do this, but you do still get some air and some mixing from, you know, the booster side forward. This is all obviously defeated. So I am at a 64 jet and +7 on the power valve. It's a blow-through power valve, so I basically got it maxed out so it's not opening too soon. I've really only been able to test this thing up to about 6 or 8 psi, just fighting overly rich conditions. So if this doesn't work, I'll probably go to just a hair larger high-speed air bleed, like maybe a 50 thou. You really can't get much bigger than that because then you get into the flats on the little 632 set screw. So ultimately, if all of that doesn't work, I will start with a new set of metering plates, metering blocks, and I will not epoxy up the emulsion wells, and I'll see how they work compared to these. I will obviously have to go larger on jet and see where my air bleeds fall, but all of that said, I mean, it is still a usable setup. I just think you'll end up a little bit fatter than you want it, and if you're just drag racing it, probably fine. If you want to be able to cruise and street drive, you're going to need some ability to lean it out, more so than what this is providing so far. So yeah, a couple other things. I know I covered this in the previous video, but if you haven't watched it, you've got to make sure that clears your float and you still have plenty of travel on the float. If you don't bend that, your float is going to have about a 1/4 inch of drop, and that's not going to be enough. So make sure, you know, boost reference power valve, make sure you give it the old Peyronie's disease to give your float enough room to travel. So other than that, one little thing, I always make notes on my bowls so I know where they're at, and change to change. I've got multiple cars in here. It's nice to just be able to walk up and refresh my memory on what's what. One other little tip, make sure you check your gaskets. Like that one, you can tell the gasket isn't cut, but when I popped it off, it's already cut through the liner, and obviously it was just a matter of time before that thing became a leak, and that's the kind of stuff that can set your shit on fire. So just make sure you check these bad boys. The little sealing ridge in there can actually cut that gasket over time, which is what happened to this one. So there you go, blow-through carb update. I'm gonna get this thing back together and on the car, and I've got the GoPro in the car, so I might get a little in-car video test rip that I'll put with this video. So anyway, that's what you got. Blow-throughs are fun. You're gonna get real familiar with taking them apart and putting them back together.